It's a sweep. Yeah.
It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see the versatile Deebo Samuel. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the 49ers and the Rams on EA Sports.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a 4th-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week.
First play and a first pass for Cousins. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down, Los Angeles.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
To throw, Cousins. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
He went Herbert's throw into the hands of Henry here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play. 2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up second and 2.
Here's Herbert. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. Not good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. On first down, it's Herbert. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. A gain of 9. Brings up
back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Here we go now on first and goal. Now it's Herbert. The quick slant caught. Touchdown! Traylon Burks, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, first and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it second and 6. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Spears on second down. And he stopped immediately there. This defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Niners will go on offense first and 10. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1. There he goes, left side! And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Herbert on first down now. And his throw here is incomplete. The Niners at 15-1 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
Herbert. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be fourth down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That one's taken in by Spears. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Rams.
Hand off to Spears. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Here's Herbert. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This a 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And Debo going to have a Niners 1st down as he'll get this down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. And I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And now,
touchdown 49ers! Deebo Samuel, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Rams on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Cousins now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On play action, Cousins. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches. Really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved, because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular play.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now Spears to begin the drive. Gets around him. And they'll get lead out of this before being stopped at the 28.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Well, Spears with another carry, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Rams.
Here's Cousins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground. Or you can...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And here's a give to Spears. And he'll work down inside the 45.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. To throw is Cousins. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. They're down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. They decided to go for it there and try and kickstart things.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll run past midfield just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got it to about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Herbert now. He completes it to Henry. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. Give him 18 on the play.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Herbert's throw here into the hands of Jones. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now it's Herbert. Caught on the right side by Jones. Touchdown! Zay Jones from 8 yards out, and the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd down and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Cousins. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Cousins throws taken in by Waddle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now Cousins. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We're accustomed to seeing strong quarterback play. We got that in the first half from Justin Herbert. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Play action now. Cousins. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on a catch and run. 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Cousins again. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now a run with Spears. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away. Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the 2nd half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And brought in downfield by Burks. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
and sometimes spectacular.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 4. Again, it's Cousins. That one's taken in by Spears. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Cousins on 3rd and 2. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. He's been almost impossible to bottle up. You see that number 10 on your screen, a big reason why they have the lead.
One of the guys that's being featured in this game and making sure that he's targeted because they do trust him with the ball. That's why they go back to him time and time again.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. That's Samuel, caught left side. And Deebo going to have a Niners 1st down as he's up to the 44-yard line. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction.
What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Out of the gun, Herbert. They'll get this out wide here to Elliott. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Rams 25-yard line.
Herbert on the slant, Burks. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 15-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's Herbert. That pass taken in by Burks. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers open the lead up to 34-0. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On third down, Cousins. This is caught by Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Los Angeles.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Cousins. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they take advantage of what looked like an unsure defense. They wind up getting 8 on 4th and 3. Cousins now from the 50. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Rams.
They'll throw again. Cousins. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 1.
At the 31-yard line.
On play action, Cousins. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On third down, here's Spears. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Right back to Spears. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense is quicker.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 3rd and 10.
And this is 3rd down.
They'll run with Spears. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Rams.
Spears is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Singletary will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Here's a run by Spears. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead
and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Rashawn Perriman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. On for the extra point try, Andrew Mevis. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. They're ready to kick it off. Here's Mevis. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't cover him anymore? Because he was really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. On 2nd down, Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Herbert now. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
83 yards on the ground for him so far.
third down.
Herbert on third down now. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Inside give to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So the victory here for San Francisco. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for San Francisco, they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile for L.A., the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
I can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake, if not the whole thing, at least a little slice.